What's going on, everybody? At the Little Rock Regional with my boy D right here. What'd you do?
I got top 13th at the Little Rock region.
So 13th place?
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, I was aiming for top 8, but unfortunately, I lost to Branded round 6, I think. And then that was the loss that sealed the deal. And then the guy who got, I don't even think he wound up placing 17th. So he wound up not even getting the invite. So, but yeah, lost to.
Hey, man, this is just like me, bro. You got any shout outs?
Shout out to Steel Fox Games, Gamers XP, of course. My boy Michael for driving, and of course my boy Trey for being here. You know,
Hey, yo.
same old fam.
Same out. Oh, yeah. Well, I want to get in this profile, bro.
All right, so we played Dinomorphia today. So today we
Toxicity.
all right, we played 3 wannabes. Of course, you already know. A lot of people don't like wannabe; they prefer Pot of Prosperity. I think this card is better than Prosperity, simply because you don't have to banish anything from your extra deck, and I feel like it does the exact same thing as Prosperity. It lets you dig for 5, it lets you search, and you get to set it immediately. And this can be done on either player's turn, or either you can normal summon and send it from the field. Either way, that's all right. We ran 3 Theresias. You already know, goats of the fucking deck. Oh, my bad.
Oh, you're good.
Goats of the deck. You know, you can't play the deck without them. Anyway, Theresias, I had picked them. I had them forever, so I decided to play this deck. This is like my second top with it. Last regional was, I got 15th. Run 2 Diplos. I don't see the need to run 3. I just hate drawing Diplo. Just having 3 of them was kind of make your hand break because you want to see your traps more so. I ran Phantasme, 1 Phantasme, and 1 Dark Magician. Of course, you already know what that's leading to. I ran Dark Dragoon in here. It only came up a couple times.
Is Phantasmic your dragon target?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, it came up. It actually came up. Come pick the card up for me. Run 3 pots. This deck did not run any hand traps. Deck did not run any hand traps. I only ran 3 pots. Of course, you really don't need anything else. Hey, Charles, pick that up for me.
Boys don't drop his cards.
I ran 2 Red Eye Fusions. We actually were trying to debate that we want to use the branded version of this, or go with the branded engine, or go with the Red Eye Fusion engine. I preferred the Red Eye engine just because that's what I had available, and it didn't overcomplicate the extra deck. And since we're playing Dinomorphia, we're hit or miss on normal summons on our turn, and playing this is just to bait the Ash. And if it resolves, it resolves. That means they got to deal with him plus all your back row plus Rexstrom, and it just proved to be too much for my opponent. It came up like twice today, and
So Dragoon was a really big part today.
yeah, it actually it won me like I think my opponent scooped when they saw Dragoon. And then when they saw me flip Frenzy, my opponent just picked up his stuff.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you got this. And then he knew I was going to catch Regina.
Yeah, Rexstrom is just crazy.
And you know what this deck did? It ate every snake deck that it played.
Oh.
every snake deck that I played. I think I lost to pretty much Rogue. Despia. This is Rogue, technically. I ran only 2 domains. Kind of keep the deck count to 40. I feel like seeing domain too much because you run such a small monster count. You'd rather see Frenzy over domain. I just felt like it was just better running it at 2 just to keep the deck count to 40. 3 Frenzies because it's the main part of the engine
It's
for the
FTK
deck.
versus some decks.
Yeah, and Trap Chicken into Frenzy was just ridiculously broken. I played Trail. I Trap Tripped into Frenzy.
Did we all play Trail?
Yeah, we all played Trail, and Trap Trick pretty much sealed the deal against him. 3 Intacts, the GOAT. I mean, I only used the Intacts for monsters, hand traps, and graveyard effects. I felt like that was just this is for, just for monsters. I mean, obviously that's what the effect is, but I'm just saying that's the only way I used it. I ran 2 alerts. in Lurk, I felt like running one was too
It's like
bad.
the Solemn Strike, right? Which one's that?
This is the one that's special back too.
Oh, okay.
So what I would do is I would imperm. I mean, when they imperm, I try to imperm my Rexstrom. I like say I open Domain and Frenzy. I would Domain into Kitragena and Frenzy into Rexstrom. That way my Kitragena already be live. So what I would do is I would fuse with the Rexstrom and make another Rexstrom, and that way, and then alert or say they kill Rexstrom, I would use this to bring back Rexstrom. This was the MVP. This is the card I always wanted to see if I open any Domain or Frenzy. I think 2 is like a perfect number for this. 3 is too many. Brute. I added this in for the last 2 regionals that I played this deck because I found myself wanting it, and I think you need to at least run 1 Brute. The only Dinomorphia card that I didn't run today was Sonic because I run, I'll show you why. I run 3 of these, 3 Souls of the Supreme Kings. I mean, I play this in probably majority of my decks just because it's just too good. But I only run like 2 of the special summons because extra deck's kind of tight. You already know Supreme King Zark is like the GOAT. And I played 3 Iron Thunders. I was running 2, but I bumped it up to 3 because at the regional in Houston, I bricked. So I lost my 3rd match at Houston, and because I bricked, and I didn't like that. So opening Sonic and not being able to negate, I just decided to cut the Sonic and run 3 Iron Thunders. Worked out perfectly because it just catches field effects, and you only using this to stop spells and traps and stuff like that. Because when I play Voiceless, this was I clapped Voiceless with this. This card won me a lot of games today. I think majority of my wins came off of that and having Enact. And then you can't play the deck without Solemn Strike. Solemn Strike is the GOAT. This card prevents your Ash. Enact prevents Ash. I was gonna cut it, but then I said, nah, we'll try it. We'll try it again. I like this a little bit more. It just gives me extra monster removal and special summon removal. So what I would do with this is I would negate against Snake. I would wait for them to go to Princess, and I would negate their summon with Princess. So they can't quick play Princess back because you negated the summon. So that turns it off. So that's what I was doing today. I did that quite a bit. Solemn Judgment. It's pretty standard for this deck. You know, you have to be able, you run such a small, minuscule amount of monsters. You have to be able to keep your monsters on board and prevent them from board wiping you. Or I don't think nobody ever sided into evenly. Nobody ever played evenly on me. Or they just didn't draw it. I think one person sided it, but they didn't draw it. The GOAT. I would like, if I opened really bad or I didn't want to summon nothing because say we was going into time or getting close to going into time, I would save everything for my turn and I would take the damage, and then I would wait to try to go for game and then bounce everything back so I have an open shot on my turn. This card is like the GOAT. This card is too good. I run it at 2. I don't like 3, but I can see it at 3. I just like to keep my deck size around 40, and then of course the 1 trap trick. My boy Patrick was saying that I should cut this, but nah, this won me too many games.
How many cards in the main?
40. It's exactly 40.
Oh, then yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
it's another copy of every trap in your deck.
Yeah, and then it won me like 3 games actually, but I was 2-0 people, so it was pretty cool. I was 2-0 people, so it was pretty cool. Extra deck, of course, you know you run 3 Kitragenas. Everybody runs 3 Kitragenas. You got to run 3 Kitragenas. She's the engine. She's part of the main engine of the deck. Stealth Bergia came up once. My opponent had 2,200 life points left, and he activated his what's the 2500 attack snake, and I domained it to this and burned him with this and won the game. He was like, "What the?" Yeah, this I've actually been using this because sometimes I don't have the life points for strike, and if I have a strike, I'll go into this, and that way I can play strike for free. So this came up. It came up once today, but I mean, I like it. I like going into it if I don't have no other plays. I only play 2 Rextrums. I felt like if you got to go to, you need a third one. Now against Cash, you might see yourself needing a third Rextrum, but most of the time against Cash, you should blow them out. You shouldn't have no issues against Cash.
Rextrum hits the field.
So Rextrum touch the field. You got to summon them more than 3 times. You don't have enough monsters a lot of times to summon unless you fusion from the field. So that's what domain's for. But I usually only summon 1, and then he's just a backup. If they get rid of the first one, and then of course when he dies, you get the special back, Theresia, and then you just do the whole thing all over again. But that's the only reason why I run it at 2. I didn't like it at 3 because my extra deck's kind of tight. And then the Zark package, you play 1 Supreme King Zark, and then you play the Odd Eyes Arcana Dragon, who's treated as Zark at all times. So you can Supreme King Zark the trap into this or this. And then, of course, the 1 Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, just because he gains attack, he prevents your opponent from blowing you out. And he also is a negate, so he adds another negate for spell and traps to prevent your opponents from like impermanent or prevent them from playing. So, and then SP was the freaking GOAT today. Won me. I had somebody playing like a stun deck. They were playing Jalgan and the Rock.
Petrosaurus?
No, the one that prevents you from normal summoning. It's an old card.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of the name of it, but it basically split summon, destroys all special summon monsters, and neither player can special summon monsters. It's like 1300 attack. I can't think of the name of it. And of course you play the 1 XYZ Dragon, and then 1 Dragoon. Don't need to explain. That's the GOAT. He's the GOAT for a reason. 1 Typhoon, because Typhoon came up so freaking much today. Like literally being able to sit on Rextrum, make your opponent turn off your opponent's stuff too, and then he was just fall back. I mean, he was just there to prevent me from dying. So a lot of times I would summon Theresia and wouldn't have any other plays, and then I would just overlay over Theresia, and that way they can't kill me. He'll be in defense. He's 29. They gotta get big. Yeah. And then 1 Lagia, because Lagia is if you play any dino deck, you gotta play Lagia. In some situations, I actually found myself wishing I had Doka a little bit more. I just think Lagia is an Omni Negate, but I think Doka taking care of monster effects is just a little bit better in some situations. But I mean, I had fun today. Side deck, I only did 2. I did 2 Phantasmates just to have 3rd ones in the deck. This was primarily for snakes. I think I only sided this in probably twice. I didn't side it in any other time against snakes because I felt like I didn't have to because of the way I was playing the deck. I played 3 Nibs. I sided this in. That actually cost me the game siding these in because I could not. They didn't summon enough. They stopped it like summon 4 almost every time I had Nib in hand. So I was like, you know what? I'm not siding it in anymore. So I stopped siding it in. 2 Grave Diggers Trap Hole side deck just because it's a good card. You can. I didn't run no summon limits today. You'll notice I didn't run any summon limits. I ran this in the side. Probably sided it in maybe once. Never really used it. So probably can replace that with something else. Anti-spell came in. Was really didn't see it at all today. So I sided it in just to make it even because the Dragoon package is 4 cards. So that's what I would side that in. And then the Great Grave Diggers. Also ran this card, bruh. This card
in the link format. This card
was wreaking havoc.
You hit decks at the right time.
Like,
this card ends turns.
I went in time. We was in time. I literally drew this card potted into a second one. Set. Knowing Dinomorphia pay half, he solemn judgment.
The first one.
No, he solemn judgment my Theresia. He solemn judgment my Theresia, so he thought I was gonna activate other cards. So no, he had 2 monsters on board. I did this, bam, activated the thermal cannon, put his monster face down, set the other one, activated thermal cannon again when he tried to go to attack. I could have, and the killer part is, I could have just took the 3K, and I still would have won the match. So I just did that just to keep from taking damage, period. Because just in case I had to solemn judgment something, or to stop something. Because if he wouldn't have got greedy, probably would have drew. Real talk, probably would have drew. This card really came in clutch. And this card right here kind of, you got to run this. This is usually my side targets for wannabe. This is what I side wannabe out for, and then side into this. This, I think this might have came in probably like 4 times today. Came in quite a bit. My losses was branded Despia, and my other loss was, what was the other loss? It was not Voiceless. I think I beat Voiceless. I beat both Voiceless decks. It was Despia, and I think I might have lost to a Snake deck. I can't remember. But every other Snake deck that I played, because I played, out of 8 rounds, I played 5 Snake decks, Voiceless, Trail played Voiceless, Snake Eyes, and then...
Branded.
And then Branded. No, I didn't play Cash. Nobody had Cash. Nobody had Cash. I didn't play against Cash. I played against all Snake Eyes and 2 Voiceless, and then that random deck. But yeah, that concludes the deck, man. You know, it performed well. This is my second talk with it. I just wanted to try to. Me and my boy Dolo was talking about either trying the Dragoon package or either trying DPE because of the draw effect.
Yeah.
And I just elected to go with, I said, well, since we got another regional on the 31st, I'll do the Dragoon package today and see if I like it. And be real with you, I think the DPE engine is better, but with so many effects being able to trigger, it's not as good. Dragoon's just better having that hard negate and not being able to be targeted. I think that just sealed the deal too much for me. They couldn't deal with them. But that concludes my deck profile, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate it and good job on the invite.
No problem, bro. You know, it's the second one. You know, we trying to get that top 8, man, because keep getting caught slipping. We want that match.